what you do, you think you got it figured out, then it starts all over again. Well, that's because you haven't you're trying to fix their issues or fix their problems, and maybe they don't want your help. But you may be doing it with good intentions, trying to help them. However, the more you do that, the more you push them away and the less effective it is.
I think the biggest change, when you personally change and hold to that change, you will then see the people around you change. It's about you not letting them irritate, agitate, dump their baggage onto you. So by taking care of yourself and yourself only, then you're able to help everyone else around you, because they'll see the change in you and their behavior will start to change when you no longer tolerate certain things.
And it's amazing how it works. It's so, you make it a game. It's really a fun game. Often it's very challenging. It's challenging. But the more you get it, the more you see what's working in other people. And the more when these people pop up, or when you pop up with comments like, oh, well, they never call me, or they never pay attention to me, then that's then that you haven't let it go. It's still there.
Still holding on to that bitterness and angry.
So you got to kind of chuckle about it and think, oh my gosh, I thought I had that, but I guess I don't. And then just, again, visualize letting it go. Visualize putting it in a bubble and sending it away.
That's the perfect thing to do. And also be present. When things pop into my mind that I know happened in the past, I'm like, well, that's very interesting thought. However, that does not serve my life where I am today. So I no longer need it. But I acknowledge the thought. I acknowledge whatever it is. And then I'm like, okay, time to let that go and get back to focusing on what I want to have in my life. So that's kind of how I do it.
Well, that's perfect. That's a perfect way to do it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. Because when you make that a habit and you do it automatically, then things start to change. And when you will forget, but then when you're doing it often, if you forget, you remember right away and you bring it back. And that's what's really important.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like, why do we hold on to these things that have absolutely no bearing on our life in this present moment? So I just try to acknowledge it, recognize it, and then say, all right, we're going to let it go and move forward. And then we just go on to the next thing, because there's always something.
Yeah. And another process, some of you might be saying, oh, that's easier to say than do. Well, something that might help you is writing that letter. And you could write the letter to the universe or to the person, whoever it is, and you pour all your thoughts and emotions out. And you could say whatever you want, whatever language you want. And you just, once you start writing, somebody say, can I do it on a computer? Well, you can these days, because it's amazing how many people don't write at all. But it's when you write, it just flows and you're able to get more out than you can imagine. And then every day you read it or add to it or take away, and then the fourth day you burn it. It's very, very effective. So now you've taken that energy down and you're not in the same space, so you could think clearer. So say you're going to have a discussion maybe with your boss or with a friend that you're having issues with. When you do this first, then when you have that discussion, you're at a whole different level. And now you're able to talk without that energy that is not going to serve you, like Nancy says.
Well, everybody says things they don't mean. And sometimes, you can say some pretty horrific things come out of your mouth. And I think by doing the letter, it allows you to get that on paper, and the only person who's going to see it is you. So get it out, do it, add to it, 3 days, fourth day, burn it. And like Mary Jane said, You're at a whole, you're more balanced. You've gotten rid of all that anger and bitterness that you were holding on to. So makes room for more abundance and happiness and joy into your life. And with that, it's time for us to take a short break. You're listening to the Mary J. Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio. We'll catch you on the other side.
Dream on, fly high, and live adventurously on The Laura Meeks Show. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as host Laura Meeks guides you in finding your unique gifts and bringing them to life. As a certified life coach, speaker, and veteran bomber pilot for the U.S. Air Force, Laura knows how to follow a dream. She is ready to support you so you can dream on, fly high, and live adventurously. For more information on Laura and her work, visit flyhighliving.com.
Are you ready to put down that drink or drug for good? Are you struggling to maintain your recovery from addictive behaviors? Do you need help with a family member or loved one who's in early recovery or battling addiction? Get the help and guidance you need by arranging a Recovery Recharged phone session with me, Ellen Stewart, Pushy Broad from the Bronx, certified life and recovery coach. Call 1-800-889-1757. Make an appointment today or go to my website, pushybroadfromthebronx.com, and click on the link that says Recovery Recharged. Don't wait. Get the help you need today. This is Ellen Stewart, Pushy Broad from the Bronx on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Are you a feminine entrepreneur and you're tired of being stuck in the making just enough money trap? I hear you. I'm Julie Steelman, and I just released a brand new masterclass about how to unlock the 3 secrets to creating a financial breakthrough in your business. Come on over to calledbyfreedom.com. I'm going to walk you through the 3 things you need to do to create that financial breakthrough you've been craving. Come on over to calledbyfreedom.com.
Are you ready to become an unstoppable force of love in the world? Then don't miss the Creative Empowerment Show, Invoking Radical Love with Rachel Chase, live every month on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Rachel shares tools, stories, and meditations to spark the flame of profound wisdom within you. If you want to awaken your superpowers and activate your heart, visit RachelChase.com. It's time to shake out your money-making truth on Soul Wisdom Abundance with Jennifer Bloom, creating wealth from spiritual health on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show is more than your roadmap to success. It's your compass to abundance through joy and ease. Jennifer Bloom teaches you about the soul's relationship to money and wealth and how improving that relationship serves both you and the world. Learn more at jenniferbloom.com.
Going out with hopes you were staying in. I was feeling like myself for the first time in a long time.
Love it.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Mary J. Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio. I'm your co-host, Nancy, with the glasses on, glasses off. We have Benny in the studio. Hello, Benny. And then we have Mary Jane. And if you have a question, the star of the show. I didn't mean it in a bad way.
No.
Yeah. All right. So if you have a question for Mary Jane, now's your opportunity to call and maybe get the answers to some of those questions that you haven't gotten answers
Not
to.
maybe.
Well, you will. Well,
Yeah. Well, you will get the answer.
okay.
One way or the other, you'll get an answer.
There you go.
Yeah.
The call-in number is 1-800-930-2819. That's 1-800-930-2819. If you'd like to make an appointment with Mary Jane, you can call our office at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. And then you get to talk to me. Okay.
And we're doing all phone consultations.
All phone consultations or Zoom or phone
Yeah.
consultations in the office.
We're not seeing anyone in the office, but it's working out great.
Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody really loves this phone consultation in Zoom. I like it too, because we can't see clients. I can't disinfect everything every time somebody would come in and go out. So this way we're able to take care of you safely.
It serves everyone more efficiently and better. And it just works. We're very fortunate it works, and we're able to help everybody be the best they can be. And especially during this time, it's like a never ending COVID. I mean, things go on and on and on. But it's like, it's a time to really focus on what you want. With all the turmoil and all the craziness in the world today, you've got to come back and think about what is it that gives you joy and makes you happy, and start there. And the first thing is good health. If you don't have good health, the rest is not going to be all that it can be.
Well, if you don't have good health, you're not happy, which, and let me just say, in today's world, it's very easy to get depressed. So you're not happy if your health isn't good. You're tired. You're not contributing to your family. You know, if you're not happy, probably nobody in your house is happy. Your pets aren't happy. So it's about doing the best you can during these crazy times.
Well, and so you can come out of it better. I mean, you can come out of this better than you can ever expect if you turn things around now and start focusing on the good and what's going to be positive. Because in this world today, if you don't do it, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
No, I look forward to the day where I don't have to wear a mask outside or in a grocery store. That's the one thing that drives me absolutely crazy, is this mask issue.
All right, we have a call.
Yeah, we'll take Carol calling in from Manchester, Washington. Hey, Carol.
Hi.
Hi, Carol. How are you?
Hi, Mary Jane. I'm fine. Thanks in part to being on your program of health.
Well, thank you, Carol.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Carol. How are you?
Why don't you tell your experience to everyone about your experience with your road to health?
Well, I've been with you and on your protocol for, let's see, I think we started in 2013. And I was on it for quite a while, and then for a couple reasons I needed to not be on it for a while, and then I just got back on it. And so I didn't feel the same when I wasn't taking, the supplements, and then I decided I need to start this up again. So it gives me more peace of mind. Besides, physically I feel better. So
great. So do you have a question today?
Yes. I have a question. I happened to get onto a AM station that I just by chance I happened to turn it on. And there was a chemist on there, and he was going on and on and on about the great benefits of H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, and how, in relation to the COVID virus, how it kills all of the COVID viruses and maybe other viruses. And he really kept going on and on about it. So I was wondering if you had heard about this, or what is your take on it?
Yes, I have heard about it. There's a company actually that does hydrogen water, and they install a unit underneath your sink that produces that hydrogen water, and the benefits of it are just unbelievable. And as a matter of fact, I've been talking to the company, and I'm going to have one of the company people on to talk about that because I was so impressed. What they found is in the research, there's tons and tons of research on it, and they've seen how it helps Parkinson's and helps a lot of autoimmune just by drinking a 16-ounce glass of hydrogen water a day. So the benefits and the documentation of research is very phenomenal. It's like it's there, it's documented. So I totally agree with that.
Okay, is this pretty much well known widely, or is it people are just kind of keeping it under wraps for a
Well,
while?
I think it's they're working on it and letting people know. I actually found out about it like I have with most of the great technology I've learned about in the past year is reconnecting with the Master Circle. Because the Master Circle, and I had Bob Hoffman on last month, the Master Circle, all these companies that have this great technology give Bob a call because he can put it out there to so many people. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to educate people. And as you know, it's like things take time. And if you get it into the right sources, it can be spread quicker. And that's why some things are more multi-level. Some of the technology, not that one, but is multi-level. And the reason they have multi-level is because you spread the word faster and more people learn about it and then are available to get that technology, and it helps a lot of people.
Right. That's one reason why I wanted to call and discuss it.
Right. Well, soon I'm going to have the company on that makes that equipment and talk more about it. So we'll put that up on the website.
Yeah. This chemist was mentioning that if you use a gallon of purified water and put H2O2, 1 ounce of H2O2 in it, and just use it, as you go along. And also you can, there are many uses for it. Another one easy to do is just to gargle after you brush your teeth, or just to gargle with it, after you have a meal or something like that. So I found this all very interesting, and it was quite synchronistic that I just happened onto this station.
It's very effective. It raises your vibration, raises your immune system. And what it has to do with, the big thing about it is your gut absorption. And I'm not going to say exactly what, because I'm not sure of the terminology, but it actually works on your gut, and the gut signals the brain, and it's all about the brain and what's going on in the brain, and it transmits the nutrition. So, and that's what makes it more effective. And again, I'll have the people on to talk about it, but that's why working on the brain, it's so helpful with Parkinson's, and it's major for that. So so we'll talk about it more later, Carol. Thanks for calling.
Okay. Hey, thanks a lot. Take care.
Thank you, Carol.
Yeah, see, great things are happening out there.
And that is new technology, and we have discussed it briefly on and off over the past couple of months, so that'll be exciting when we get that guest speaker on. All right, you are listening to the Mary Jane Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio. Time for us to take a short break. We'll catch you on the other side.
If it's a Monday or Friday night, if it's a highway or a long red light and that dashboard clock just crossed midnight and I just crossed your mind.
Raising the vibrations through stimulating conversations while exploring the mysteries of Atlantis and Lemuria on Tales from the Merworld Radio with me, Amira Beth. Join us every second and fourth Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Be ready to feel empowered and an active part of the changing earth. For more information about me, visit ameribeth.com.
Learn how to lead a happier life on Miles to Go with Brittany Miles. How to lose to gain it all. Join Brittany every second and fourth Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Listen as coach and healer Brittany Miles shares stories that teach you about surrender. For more information about Brittany, milestogocoaching.com.
Get your Goddess Groove on with me, Laura Hosford. Tune in every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com, where I offer you authentic channel messages of love, inspiration, and heart-healing grace. Get your Goddess Groove on. When the Goddess speaks, everyone listens. For more information, visit laurahosford.com. That's laurahosford.com.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show, Talk Radio to Thrive By. I am so thrilled to be talking to all of you. We have got talk radio for all of us. Are you ready and willing and able to accept all of the abundance you can muster up in your life? Check us out at drpatshow.com, transformationtalkradio.com, transformationradio.fm. Oh my goodness.
Learn how to lead a happier life on Miles to Go with Brittany Miles. How to lose to gain it all. Join Brittany every second and fourth Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Listen as coach and healer Brittany Miles shares stories that teach you about surrender. For more information about Brittany, milestogocoaching.com.
What would you do with the power of community? How do you create your own rituals? Tune in to Living Your Gifts with me, Susan Huff, Ancient Applications for Modern Times, the second Wednesday of each month on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Our lives begin with the stories we are told and the stories we tell ourselves. Storytelling is the key. To learn more about me, visit livingyourgifts.com. That's livingyourgifts.com.
If I'm all alone, if I'm about to go out, if I'm staying home, baby, don't hesitate. Go on and pick up your phone, no matter what time it is.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Mary Jane Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio. I'm your co-host, Nancy. We have Benny in the studio. Air hugs to Benny. And, of course, the star of the show, Mary Jane Mack, who's also my mom. Okay, I would like to talk about a client that we have. I'm not going to use any names, but I know they're probably listening. So this client was on the nutrition for a month, was on quite a bit because this person's gallbladder was very
It
angry.
really wasn't that much, though.
No,
It wasn't that much.
Well, this person,
for her, it was a lot.
This person, it was almost the end of the world because they had to take so much nutrition. So my response is, well, you got to take it if you want to get better. You know, it's not good. You got to take it.
But go back. This person is East Coast, born and raised in the East Coast. So you got to know it's different in the East Coast and the Midwest that compared to out here.
I don't know. This person I love dearly too, I must say. So anyway, so she's on the nutrition. Some food items had to get changed. There was a lot of hemming and hawing when we talked. But I have to say I was extremely proud. She did a fabulous job. And then she had a follow-up with Mary Jane, and she wasn't any better at all. And Mary Jane couldn't figure out why she's not any better. She's taken all the nutrition. Things were going good. She ran out and she had called the office and said, Nancy, I don't think I need to take those anymore, so you don't need to send them. Well, of course I knew she had to take them because it was only a month. Long story short, after she had her appointment with Mary Jane, she was drinking something that she thought was very good for her, and it was vitamin water. Now, Mary Jane, you want to take over?
Well, vitamin water is that's negative. It's heavy minerals in there. So it actually clogs up your liver and could add to stones and heavy debris. Everything I do, I score it. That's what I do. I score your body 0 to 10. If the body's under 10, it's not functioning. If it's over 10, it's inflamed. So all the numbers have to come to a 10 to be stable. So when you're drinking like the vitamin water that has the heavy minerals in it, it's constantly clogging up the liver. So you're not moving. So you're doing all this good stuff, but you're pouring all this bad stuff in, and it's slowing everything down. So
go ahead.
So what I said, now she's really having a hard time with, she used to put two tablespoons of sugar in her coffee. So that gives you an idea where she was. So she was in a different frame of what she had, and not, thinking that was just normal and okay. So for her to go on the program, it was a big, big change. So I don't like to take everything away. I want them to be able to do the program and manage it so that they aren't totally deprived, but are able to make the transition into doing the program easier on them. So by starting to do that and getting her off sugar and some of the things. So then she didn't want to drink water. She hates water. So my recommendation is to, besides lemon, she could put some really good lemonade, just a little bit in the water, and that makes the water better and it tastes better, and you're more likely to drink it. So doing that is better than doing nothing.
Yeah, well, and I think the moral of the story here is she really thought she was doing something good. She really felt she was, she was sacrificing, she was doing something good, she's getting in that hydration. However, just because it's vitamin water or sometimes organic doesn't necessarily mean it's good for you and where your body is at that time. So now this person is going to fly and her numbers will change dramatically with her next visit with Mary Jane, now that Mary Jane was able to find out the culprit of what was the problem. Because you were perplexed with why she wasn't better.
And the thing is, we want each and every one of you to be successful and do really well. And it doesn't matter who you are. It's like, I'm always on top of it. And I didn't get that she was drinking that water. So anyway, it's like, we want her to do well. She's going to step up and she's already made major changes and doing good things. And now this will take her to another level. And we love her dearly.
We love her to death. It's going to be okay. Like I said, we talked this morning. You are just going to be a superstar from now on.
So that's a good example, Nancy. That's, it's like when people come in, they say, well, sometimes they're worried that I'm going to put them on a really strict program. And I don't do that. And I don't do that. I do guide you into making changes. And there are some things I absolutely want you to do that it's not going to work if you don't do it. So I'm going to tell you that. But the idea is, if somebody's in a world of eating sugar and eating all these other things, we're going to take them off of that, but we're going to make it easy on them. And so that the transition, they don't feel they're in total shock.
Well, you get cranky when you can't have some of those favorite things. And, we send, if you have a bad gallbladder, we send out a recommended food list for you to eat off of. So again, it's just a recommended food list.
And it's pretty easy.
It's an easy food list. And it's not for the rest of your life. I mean, it's to help you get through the crisis that you're having with your gallbladder at the time. So it just makes things go easier and smoother.
And the big thing is, as you're doing the transition and getting used to these other things, then pretty soon you really don't want what you used to have. So it's like it's incorporating new things into your lifestyle that will make a difference, so that you're able to maintain and be healthier in the future.
Well, and then when your body's in balance, you don't crave all that sugar and all the sweets and all the bad stuff.
When you're not digesting and absorbing, then all that food rots and putrefies in your gut, and you're not digesting and absorbing it, and then you keep going for the quick fix. That's when you're, what I call is grazing. When you find yourself grazing, you're not absorbing. It's usually a gallbladder issue when that happens.
I know.
We know.
I know, because when I start grazing, it's like gallbladder's off. So.
But what we do, if that should happen, is we know to just take some extra nutrition to pull you right out of it for that day. And maybe it was something you ate or some emotion that stirred you up that caused that.
Those emotions.
Yeah.
Every time. So if you have a question for Mary Jane, you can give us a call at 1-800-930-2819. Or if you'd like to make an appointment with Mary Jane, you can give our office a call at 888-777-4232. Or you can visit Mary Jane's website at maryjanemack.com. And we're doing Life Beyond COVID.
Well, it's like everybody's stuck on COVID, and I'm saying, think about where you're going and what you're doing, and what do you want, and get healthy now instead of people are so stressed out. It's unbelievable. People are stressed out. Their poor kids are stressed out because they're not in school. I talked to a dad the other day, and he was just beyond stress because he's got a 2-year-old. And he's trying to do a Zoom class with the 2-year-old. He said, finally, I got a basket of goodies. And if he pays attention for long enough, I tell him he could take something out of the basket. But the parents are, it's really difficult when you can't manage your kids and they're not getting what they need. So again, it's it's like, what's going to get us out of this? Use your energy to change what's happening and help heal the world. And you have that energy to be able to do that, to send it out and things get better so we can get back to normal. And don't believe all these people, things will never be normal. Things will be much better. They might be different because now so many companies are working from home and they find it's less expensive. They don't have to pay for offices. So there definitely will be changes, and you can see the traffic still is pretty light in a lot of areas.
That's a plus, though.
Yeah,
I look at
that's
that as a plus.
Yeah,
especially when we're working from the office. So that's a plus. That doesn't bother me.
But I think more people are going to work from home, so that's still going to be. It's not going to get back to as bad as it was because companies are happy with the way it is.
Well, yeah, and not every state is in, lockdown, quarantine, Maskville. I mean, I watch certain TV shows and I see other states where people are out and nobody has masks and they're doing their so-called gatherings. It's depressing. I'm kind of like over the COVID thing. Let's move on.
Well, I was in California this past week. I have horses at a ranch down there at Reese River Vineyard Ranch, and my horses are doing great. And while we're there, they had a wine tasting opening, and the first group that came in, there were 6, and they were all from Florida. And I'm telling you, they were so perky and happy. And they said, we're from Florida. Everything's open in Florida. We're happy. They said, this is really weird, these masks thing. And so for them, it was so foreign now that, but they were all a group. They were all together. They were family. So it was, it was not like there were 6 people that were from different families. Yeah. So they still had to wear a mask, but when they were together and it was outside, they could take off their mask because they were tasting the wine.
So so in Florida, no masks are required. So I'm hoping, I think if we could all get on the same page here, like Mary Jane said, and just visualize what we all want. Maybe we can heal the world, make it better, because right now there are so many people who are so angry, so fearful, and it's about COVID, it's about unemployment, it's about politics, it's about everything.
Their kids,
Their
being
kids,
home,
you know,
colleges.
We have to bring it down a couple notches, and if everybody focuses on the positive, just think what would happen in this world.
Yeah.
All right, time for us to take another break. You're listening to the Mary Jane Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio. We'll catch you on the other side.
I ain't watching TV today. Bad music can just stay away. If you ain't got anything good to say, then shut your mouth. I got my windows down and my blinders on.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Pat. If you're like me, you're a woman business owner. Let me introduce you to the High-Heeled Go-Givers. This community of women business owners are there. They are in it to win it for you, to uplifting and transforming the lives of women throughout our community. To find out more, to meet them, you want to go visit highheeledgogivers.org and tune in to listen to what they're about to say to you on my show.
Divine Transmissions Radio with host Lisa Marie. Tune in every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com, where Lisa Marie, Shakti Mom, helps you to reach deeper levels of the self and create a powerful space of healing, learning, and transcendence. Divine Transmissions Radio. For more information, visit shaktima.net. That's SHAKTIMA.net.
Hi, this is Kimberly Carlson, and I would love for you to tune into All In Healing Radio, where together we will begin to experience health, happiness, and harmony in all areas and aspects of life. Join us every first Tuesday of the month at 11 a.m. on TransformationTalkRadio.com. All In Healing will help you release layers of negative beliefs and energies for radiant health, deep joy, and greater abundance. Visit me at KimberlyCarlson.com.
Message Delivery by Lisa Ann. You can't make this stuff up. Tune in every first and third Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Message Delivery is an inspirational show about the journey to enlightenment and spirituality. For more information or your own personal message delivery, visit angelmessages2u.com. That's Angel Messages, the number 2, the letter U.com.
How many times do you find yourself saying, "It was nothing," or "just doing my job," when really you knocked it out of the park? How did you get like this? Next time someone tells you "great job," you'll know how to accept it and not deflect it by listening to Courage to Be Seen Radio with host Sherry Clark. Sherry Clark is an experienced global engineering leader, coach, and mentor. From her experiences one-on-one coaching to corporate consulting and executive coaching, Sherry has learned many women need at least 3 things to discover and face success. Learn about the ACES program, how to survive male-dominated fields with grace and authenticity, and reach the top without ever once giving up on who you are. Courage to Be Seen host Sherry Clark explores the awesome power of your entire self and how far you can go by being more you. Check out her website, CourageToBeSeen.com. You have the courage to be seen. See you later.
I'm getting them good vibes. I'm living this good life. I'm breathing on God's time. And I ain't gonna waste one breath. I'm soaking it.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Mary Jane Mack Show on Transformation Talk Radio. I'm your co-host, Nancy, here in the office with Mary Jane, and we have Benny in the studio, and I believe we have a caller.
Yes, we have Noreen calling in from the Redmond area. Hi, Noreen.
Hi.
Hi, Noreen.
Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. How can I help you?
I'm doing pretty well, except that about 2 o'clock every afternoon, I feel like I want to take a nap.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
just get,
I just get really tired, and just like somebody just drained the energy all out of me.
So the first thing that shows up is your stomach digestion. It's over here, Nancy. So your stomach, you need some digestive enzymes. Do you take any supplements at all?
I do take supplements, but I don't take anything specific for digestion.
Yeah, because even if you take supplements, if you're not taking, if you're taking supplements and your digestion's off, the supplements really won't work, because the digestive enzymes break down that nutrition, the supplements, as well as your food, and then you get the nutrition out of it. So what's happening with you is you're not digesting your food, and then you're starting to get tired. That's one typical thing that happens with digestion. So if I do that, check your digestion, and then after that,